Okay, so in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make this form a functioning form so that you can edit all of the input fields and add information into them. Because right now I'm pressing the keys and nothing is being added. I can't add the first name, the last name, or anything else. So to make this a functioning form, the first thing we need to do is make sure that our form fields are editable so that we can update the information inside of them and add whatever values we want. So let's get started. So first, how you end up adding values into this is you update this, the value attribute. And to do that, you end up using a useState. So I'm going to import that first. Go useState. Okay. And now all you do is const useState, and I'm gonna add a object, an empty object for now as the initial value, and then I'm gonna name this, right? One is a setter function and the other is a way to access the values inside of our state. So I'm gonna call this input fields, or input field, input field, and then go setter function, and it always starts with the word set and then the name. You can name this whatever you want, but the naming convention is that you end up using set, okay? And then whatever the name here is. Now, how do we end up receiving the information from our input field, right? The way we can do this is check if this is updated, if anything in this input field has changed. And for that, we can use an event listener called on change, okay? And you can access the values inside of this. Like so. And for now, I'm just gonna console log this so that you can see on the console that we can get the information. Now you use the E, and E is for event, and dot what you want to target, and then dot value. To get the value, we want to target the value. Okay, remember it like this. We want to go into this event, which is the onChange, and then we want to target, and what we want to target is the value. Okay, so remember it like this. So now I'm going to show you inside of our, don't worry about this, inside of our console log, Okay, since we've added an event listener, to our first name input field, when I'm gonna type in anything, right? Oh, sorry, my bad. It's being returned. So just gonna do this, save, and now as you can see, whatever I end up typing in, it's gonna show up in the console log. So we are receiving the value that we give this input, and it's going to check for whenever it is changed, and then it's going to update that value. But this is a bad way of doing this. We want a function that can automatically update our state. And doing that is really simple. You can use an arrow function. I just like to use the normal functions. It's just easier for me. It's just preference. So you can do it whichever way you feel comfortable. So I'm just going to call it input change. Or you could call it input update or whatever you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to add it here. And I'm going to pass it the event. Okay. Gonna get the parameter. And I'm gonna just show this to you so that we are clear this is working. Okay. Yep, it's working. We are getting the value. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to update the state. But before we do that, I'm going to add the properties of our input fields. One is for the first name, so I'm going to say first name. Okay, you can name this whatever you want. And second one is going to be the last name. I'm going to keep it empty. Then the email, and then the password. Okay, so these are the input fields that we have, and we want to store the information inside these properties, one for each of our input field. Now I want to update the first name, and I'm going to purposely show you an error for this so that you are clear about something right now. And I'm gonna console log this out. Actually, you know what, let me just, because the state is gonna update, let me just add it here so that it's clear. Okay, and now I'm going to just update our state. And I'm going to pass an object just like we have here, and I'm going to get the first name. I'm going to give it the value, but to make this code a little cleaner, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a constant value. I'm going to go target dot value. Okay, and I'm just going to say, hey, change the first name value. Okay, and I'm going to purposely show you an error doing it this way, and then I'm going to show you the solution. Now, as you can see, we have our object with all of the input field property names, okay? And the problem you're gonna see here is that when I add something and update the state, right? This is now our state. And let me just refresh this just to explain this better, that this is actually what is in the use state right now. But when I update this, this object replaces this object. And that's a problem. I might need the last name, I might need the email, I might need the password. How am I going to get that? I'm just getting the first name, right? But the way to solve this is very simple. All you do is use the spread operator, and I'm gonna show you dot dot dot. Okay, this is the way you use the spread operator, and then you just add this here. Okay, you access, by doing this, what you're saying is spread out all of these properties into this object, and then see if this property right here matches any other property in this, and then update the value of that one property. Because the names match perfectly, there is no difference in the name, you can update this property right here. So first, all of these are going to be added into this, and then it's going to check, because this is a property with the same name and the value is going to be different, this value is going to be added into this. Okay, so let me just save this. Okay, and as you can see, we still are getting that because it's a previous state. Now we have a fresh state. Okay, so we are getting all of these, and now I'm going to add this, like I just pressed J. Okay, and now as you can see, I'm still getting the first name and it is updated just like previously, but what is happening right now, I'm getting all of the other properties of my object. See, that's the difference. I'm spreading out all of these into this, and then since the names match, it updates this property right here. Okay, so moving forward, I have now added this, but you will see a big problem again, that let's say I am going to add this to all of our input fields. Okay, I'm gonna save this, and now you will see a problem that since our state has J right now, right? It has J, and I'm going to change the last name, so the last name should update, right? Wrong, because D ended up updating, and that is because now you can see the first name updated and it changed the value to D because I pressed D, but it should have changed the last name property value, right? But it did not. So think about this. Why did this happen? I'll give you the answer. This happened because we are targeting the first name, right? And you might think, oh, okay, I'm just going to then duplicate this function, and then I'm just going to change it to last name, right? Well, wrong again, because that would create see, and you would add this, right? But that is going to cause another problem. You would have to create so many functions for so many input fields. But there is a way of writing our function in a way that we automatically update our object according to our input fields. So going to remove this. Okay, now we have just this, right? And I've added that to all of these. Okay, and now I'm going to show you that like we created this, right? We can also access the name of our input field. And you might be thinking, okay, how do I change the name of my input field, right? It's simple. All you do is add the name attribute to, and then since this is the first name, I'm going to just copy this because the name has to match. I'm going to add this, right? And you have to do the same for the rest. Okay, and now I'm just going to copy and paste the last one is password, so I'm just going to copy this, paste it in. Okay, so the password, email, last name, first name, all match these. Okay, and because they match these, we can now update it by using the name. Okay, so right now I am going to show you that I can get the name. Okay, this is just to show you that we can get the name. I'm gonna clear this. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting the first name. Okay, we are getting the last name, we are getting the email, we are getting the password. So we are getting all of these, right? We are getting the email, password, first name, last name. Okay, we are getting all of these. So how do we update this, right? This is a fixed property right here, and we can't change it. Well, we can change this. All you need to do is add square brackets. Okay, and then you just take your constant variable and you just add it here. It's that simple. And now automatically our name is going to update with whatever input field we are updating, and it's going to change the value accordingly. Just save this. So now if I press J, we're getting J. If I press G, the last name changed to G. Now I'm going to do the email. Okay, we changed email, and now I'm going to use the password. Change the password, but our fields are not updating. Why is that? We need to change this property right here. Okay, and that is very simple. All you do is access your state. The way we get these properties using our use state is by using this right here. Okay, let me just add this here, and according to whatever the name is, okay, I'm just gonna copy it and I'm gonna do this to access this dot, and then this is going to access this, and I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna replace it for all of these. Okay, and I'm gonna copy paste these here. I'm gonna save. As you can see, our input fields have updated. So I'm gonna clear all of this. Okay, and now let's say John. Okay, and now we are getting all of the values in our state and in our input fields. So I hope you like this tutorial. The next tutorial is going to be about how to do validation. If you want to watch that and get notified of when I release that video, just subscribe to the channel. If you found this helpful, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.